Have you ever wondered if God is protecting you from unseen forces, guiding you away from evil, even when you don't realize it? Maybe there have been moments in your life where something just didn't feel right, or a series of events unfolded that made you stop and think, was that divine intervention? If you're watching this right now, it's no accident. In this video, we're going to uncover the exact signs that God is shielding you from evil and guiding you toward your true purpose. By the end, I'll reveal the ultimate sign, the one that leaves no doubt that God is actively protecting you and working behind the scenes in ways you never imagined. So stay with me, because you won't want to miss this. Let's get right into it with the first powerful sign that God is watching over you. Have you ever had a door close in your life? A job opportunity that didn't pan out, a relationship that ended abruptly, or a dream that never quite took off? At the time, it might have felt devastating. But what if I told you that those closed doors were actually God's way of protecting you? This is one of the most powerful signs that God is actively shielding you from harm. Sometimes, what feels like failure is actually divine protection in disguise. God knows what's ahead of you, and He can see dangers that you can't. When He closes a door, it's often because He's preventing you from walking into a trap that could harm you physically, emotionally, or spiritually. Let me give you an example. Have you ever looked back at a past relationship that ended and realized it was a blessing that it didn't work out? Perhaps you were heartbroken at the time, but as the years went by, you saw that the person wasn't right for you, or the situation would have caused you more harm than good. That's God stepping in, redirecting you away from paths that don't serve His greater purpose for your life. But that's just the beginning. You won't believe the next way God protects you, through sudden, unexpected changes in your plans. We've all been there, rushing to get somewhere, sticking to our plans, when suddenly, something unexpected happens. Maybe you're late because of traffic, or an event gets canceled at the last minute, and you're left feeling frustrated. But what if I told you that these interruptions are not just inconveniences? They're actually divine interventions. God often uses delays and detours to protect you from something you can't see. It's easy to get frustrated when things don't go according to plan. But remember, God's timing is perfect. Sometimes He delays you to protect you from an accident, a harmful encounter, or even spiritual attacks that are looming in the places you were headed. What you see as an annoying disruption could be God working behind the scenes, keeping you out of harm's way. Let's think about this for a moment. Have you ever had a day where you were running late for something important, only to later find out that had you been on time, you might have been caught in a dangerous situation? Maybe there was an accident on the route you would have taken, or maybe something was happening where you were headed that would have put you at risk. These aren't coincidences. These are divine interventions, proof that God is always a step ahead of the enemy, shielding you from evil in ways you might never even realize. But that's not all. God's protection goes even deeper, affecting your inner world. Let's talk about a powerful, often overlooked sign next, that deep sense of unease. Have you ever felt that sudden, unexplainable feeling of unease in a situation? Maybe you were about to make a decision, go to a certain place, or meet certain people, and something deep inside you told you, no, don't do this. That gut feeling, that's not just anxiety. That's God speaking to you, warning you about unseen dangers. This is another powerful sign that God is protecting you. He gives you a heightened sense of intuition, an internal alarm system, so you can avoid people, places, or decisions that could lead to harm. The Holy Spirit often speaks to us in that still, small voice, guiding us away from paths that could lead to destruction. Maybe you've had a moment where everything on the outside looked fine, but something inside you just didn't feel right. You couldn't explain why, but you knew you had to change your plans. That feeling is God's protection at work. Trust it, even when it doesn't make sense logically. God is guiding you towards safety and away from unseen evil. And here's where it gets even more powerful. These internal warnings aren't just about physical danger. They're often about spiritual protection as well. But wait until you hear what's coming next, because this next sign is something many people overlook entirely. So far, we've talked about closed doors, divine delays, and that deep sense of unease. But what about the physical signs God gives us? You won't believe how often God shows us that He's protecting us in ways that we can actually see. Stay with me, because this next part is going to blow your mind. Have you ever noticed how certain events line up too perfectly to be just coincidence? Maybe you run into the right person at the right time, or you get unexpected help exactly when you need it. These moments, what I like to call divine coincidences, are some of the clearest signs that God is watching over you. When you experience these moments where everything seems to just click or fall into place unexpectedly, it's often God arranging things in your favor. He is the ultimate planner, orchestrating events behind the scenes to protect you from harm, to bless you, or to steer you toward your true purpose. Let me give you an example. Think about the times when you've received unexpected financial help right when you needed it most, or when a friend showed up just when you were feeling lost or alone. These are not random events. These are divine alignments, proof that God is intervening in your life. And the best part? These divine coincidences often appear during times of great uncertainty, when you least expect it, but need it the most. Keep your eyes open for these moments. They are powerful reminders that God is always with you, working everything out for your good. But that's not all. The next sign might be happening in your life right now, and it has to do with the people around you. Let's take a moment to recap what we've covered so far. We've talked about the unseen obstacles God puts in our way to protect us, those unexpected changes in plans, that inner feeling of unease, and those divine coincidences that guide our path. But now we're entering into something even deeper. In just a moment, I'll reveal the most powerful sign that God is protecting you. But first, let's talk about the people in your life and how God uses relationships as a form of protection. Have you ever had someone suddenly exit your life, even when you didn't expect it? Maybe a friendship that faded away, a relationship that ended, or someone who seemed important was no longer part of your journey. It may have hurt at the time, but looking back, can you see how their absence brought you peace? This is another sign that God is protecting you. God removes people from your life who could be toxic, harmful, or who would lead you away from His path. He sees their heart, even when you can't. And sometimes He will pull them away to protect your soul from damage. Maybe you've had a close friend or romantic partner who, for some reason, just drifted away, or circumstances led you apart. It's painful in the moment, but God knows what you don't. He knows who will support you on your path and who will steer you into temptation or negativity. Trust that when people leave, it's often for your protection. And here's something even more surprising. Sometimes, God's protection doesn't just come from external forces, it comes from within. And that leads us to one of the most powerful, often misunderstood, signs of protection. Here's something many people don't realize. Sometimes, The internal struggles you go through, moments of doubt, confusion, or feeling stuck, are actually a form of divine protection. God uses these moments to stop you from making a wrong decision or heading down a path that isn't right for you. You might be thinking, how is my struggle protection? But think about it. There are times when you feel unsettled for no apparent reason. You want to move forward, but something in your spirit holds you back. This is God preventing you from rushing into something that isn't aligned with His will for your life. It's His way of telling you to pause, reflect, and wait for His guidance. It's important to recognize these moments as divine pauses, not setbacks. When you feel uncertain or blocked, don't rush to fix things. Pray and ask God for clarity. He may be protecting you from making a decision that could lead you into danger or away from His purpose. But now, we've reached the moment you've been waiting for, the ultimate sign that God is protecting you. This is something that ties all the other signs together, and it's been present in your life all along. Are you ready for the most powerful sign of all? You've made it this far, and I'm about to share with you the ultimate confirmation that God is protecting you from evil. This one is so important, and it might be something you've experienced without even realizing it. Stay with me. It's coming up next. The ultimate sign that God is protecting you is through your dreams and visions. Throughout the Bible, God used dreams to communicate with His chosen ones, giving them warnings, guidance, and revelations. And He still does this today. If you've ever had vivid dreams that left you with a sense of urgency, clarity, or even a warning, pay attention. God is speaking to you. Sometimes He uses dreams to protect you from spiritual attacks, to warn you of dangers ahead, or to reveal truths that your waking mind can't grasp. Dreams are a direct link to your spirit, and they often reveal things you cannot see in the physical world. So, if you've had these dreams, take them seriously. Pray for interpretation and guidance. God is speaking to you, and through your dreams, He's offering His divine protection in ways that are beyond your understanding. So there you have it. 7 powerful signs that God is protecting you from evil, guiding you away from danger, and setting you on the path toward His divine purpose for your life. Have you experienced any of these signs recently? If so, it's no coincidence. You are chosen, and God is working behind the scenes in ways you might never fully understand. If you found this video helpful, make sure to hit the like button, comment below with your experiences, and don't forget to subscribe for more insights like this. And stay tuned, because in the next video, we're going even deeper into how God communicates with His chosen ones through everyday miracles. Thanks for watching, and remember, God is always with you, guiding and protecting you every step of the way.